Hi, and welcome to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial where I'm going to be teaching you, yes, you, Algebra 1. We're looking at the 11th chapter of this workbook, and if you don't have the workbook, that's fine. It's great to have you here watching this video for exercise number 4 on arithmetic sequences. So at this point, we've determined what an arithmetic sequence is and how to set it up. Now in exercise number 4, we're given some information and we need to find the specified term. So in part A, getting right into it, we have the first term and the common difference, and it wants us to find a sub 31. So we're going to be using our arithmetic sequence formula, which we can look above in this lesson and see that it's right up here. We're going to be using this for each of those exercises. And we're going to have n minus 1 times the common difference. So again, let's just substitute in what we know and what we're trying to find. So every time we see an n, we're going to replace it with the 31. So here and here, we're going to replace with the 31. This a sub 1 is going to be a 13, and the common difference is going to be a negative 2. So let's replace everything that we know. So we know that n is going to be 31. We know our first term is 13 plus n is going to be 31 minus 1 times our common difference of negative 2. So just by simplifying this, we can arrive at our 31st term. So we have a sub 31 is equal to, well, 13 plus 31 minus 1 is 30 times negative 2. And then we can simplify all of that in one step. I don't think two steps are necessary. Negative 2 times 30 would give me negative 60. And negative 60 plus 13 would give me negative 47. So we know that our 31st term is negative 47 just by giving us this little bit of information right here. This one over here is saying that the first term of a sequence is 11. It's going up by 3 every single time, so find the 63rd term. So using our formula, we could do this. So we're going to use a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. And again, we know that n is going to be 63, so we're going to replace that with the 63. Our first term, we're given that it's 11 plus, well, the n is going to be the term number. That's going to be 63 minus 1 times the common difference of 3. Okay, so again, let's simplify this in two steps. We'll have 11 plus 62 times 3. And finally, to get our 63rd term, we're going to have 62 times 3, which would give us 186. And to add 11 to that, we're going to have 197. So again, it might have been tough to find our 63rd term by adding 3 over and over, but using this simple formula up here, we're able to find our 63rd term like that. Okay, part C now. Part C, we're given the first term and the common difference again, and we want to find the 14th. Okay, so now we have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So now we're looking for a sub 14. So we're going to have our first term, which is 20, plus, well, again, the nth term is going to be 14. So this is 14 minus 1 times our common difference of 0.25. All right. A sub 14 is going to be 20 plus 13 times 0.25. And we could simplify this all in one step, where we're going to have, let's see, 13 times 0.25 would give us 3.25 plus 20. It's going to give us 23.25. And finally, for our last one, let's see what we're given here. And we have a sub 3 is equal to 10, and d is equal to 4. Ooh, this one's a little bit different, because in all these other ones, we're given a first term. In here, we don't have our first term. We have our third term. And it says our third term is 10. We need to know what our first term is for our formula. Because again, our formula is going to be a sub n is equal to a sub 1, not a sub 3, plus n minus 1 times the common difference. All right, so we don't know what a sub 1 is, but we do know what our difference is. If we're adding 4 to get to our next term, what do we do to get to our previous term? Again, if we're adding 4 to get to our next term, to get to our previous term, we want to subtract 4 because we want to do the opposite of adding 4. Because we're moving backwards down the line now, backwards in our sequence. So if we subtracted 4, we'd get 6. But again, that's only our second term, so we want to subtract 4 once more to get a sub 1, and we'd get 2, because 6 minus 4 would give us 2. So a sub 1 we know is 2 now. Our first term is going to be 2. So now we could substitute in 16 for n. We know that our first term is going to be 2 now, plus, well, n term is going to be 16 minus 1 times the common difference of 4. And again, we have a sub 16 equals 2 plus 15 times 4. 15 times 4 will give me 60, plus 2 will give me 62. So our 16th term, given this information, is 62. So again, this wraps up our arithmetic sequence formulas, and we're going to be moving on to geometric sequences next, which are a little bit different in terms of what's going on with the patterns. So if this video was helpful in helping you to find the nth term of a sequence, give it a thumbs up to let me know that this video was helpful to you. And you are now ready to finish up the, I don't know what's going on. Do you see that? Anyway, you are now ready to go to geometric sequences.